Welcome to the Willpower Podcast.
Have you ever picked up your phone for just a second after waking up and somehow lost the first 30 minutes of your day? You might think it's a self-control problem. Why am I using my phone for so long? Why can't I just turn it off? Why can't I just check the one thing and then continue on? I'm not so sure that that's the problem. So this idea for the week is very simple. Literally just charge your phone outside the bedroom. Do not bring your phone in your bedroom, especially at night. I like it because it solves a lot of problems all at once. First, you're less likely to scroll before bed. Most of us have experienced that whole I'm just going to check this thing before I go to sleep. And then suddenly it's an hour later and I'm still on my phone. Second, I'm less likely to reach for it when I wake up. It's less likely to be the first thing that I touch when I wake up. That has some deeper associated problems with it, which we will get into later. Third, you are creating some space between you and something that for most people is harmful. And I chose that word very carefully. It is harmful for most people. That's what makes this part of our willpower series, makes it an easy habit to build willpower. The point is not trying to be more disciplined. I'm not asking you to stop using your phone or promise to never use it again. All that I'm asking is that you change your environment to make yourself more of the agent rather than the phone. Okay, let's get into the why. Why this thing works. Why putting your phone outside your bedroom makes such a big difference compared to if you have it in the bedroom. Now, this topic in general, phone use, device use, is very, very personal. I am very passionate about this. I genuinely believe that these phones are causing a lot of harm. I mentioned that earlier. They're harmful. I think a lot of people don't take it seriously and are not understanding the full seriousness and gravity of the situation that majority of Americans and the majority of people in the world are dealing with right now. I've dealt with it. I deal with it on a daily basis. I'm not putting myself above it. I'm just saying it is a serious problem that we don't seem to be taking seriously. So why does it work? Obviously, there's the direct ones, like the phone will keep you up later at night. It will interrupt your sleep. If it's buzzing, if it's calling. I know some people who will have their message notifications on at night and then they'll wake up just oh, you texted me, I woke up. And I'm like, that's insane. What the fuck? Don't let my text wake you up. So that's one thing is that's crazy to me to just be on. It's you're a doctor, constantly, oh, I'm on call all the time. Don't do that to yourself. The other reasons. So we have these more kind of simple, clear, it wastes time. It keeps me awake, gets me doing it in the morning. Those are all serious problems. And those are a problem or a reason not to do it. I don't think that's why this is such a deep problem though. The reason why I believe the phone use is such a deep problem is a little bit, deeper. The first is how phones affect us when we're not using them, when we put them down, the general effect they have on our brain chemistry, on our brain setup. First of all, the way that we feel after 20 minutes of scrolling social media. Imagine that yourself right now. How do you generally feel? Think about that feeling of not wanting to turn it off because there's going to be this slight moment of oh, what do I do? What do I do now? There's this weird fear of turning it off. And once you turn it off, it's usually fine. That's what I've noticed. Whenever I'm oh, I don't want to turn it off, I'm going to watch one more video. And then I do turn it off, it's just fine. I'm okay. It's literally, there's no pain associated. But somehow, before I turn it off, I am afraid of turning it off. I feel there's going to be pain. So that's one thing. Obviously, it's addictive and all that. The thing I'm trying to get more into is the way that the constant stimulation of it changes how we interface with the world and how we are willing to move in the world. It changes our expectation. This constant flood of dopamine without effort makes it harder to do things that require effort and give us more rewards, more rewarding feelings, more rewarding outcomes than just dopamine, just pure dopamine. And so when we flood the system with the scrolling, it makes everything else harder. So that's one thing. It affects us outside of just while we're using. Discipline isn't just about choosing the right thing. It's also about how difficult it is to do that thing, right? Because if we're trying to choose something that's fucking super hard, we're way less likely to actually do it. So that's a big reason why this idea of creating space between the phone, very helpful. Very good for building willpower. Very good for this easy willpower, less struggle, and more doing what you want to be doing. The second reason, or the second deeper reason from what I see, is having to do with mornings and the nature of mornings. So when I wake up in the morning, I don't know about you, but my entire brain state feels much more sensitive to what is coming in. It's almost like I wake up and I'm in this like fucking vulnerable, what's going on out here kind of state. I don't know what's going on yet. I don't know what the day has in store for me. I haven't decided if it's going to be a good day or a bad day. I don't know yet because I haven't had anything happen yet. There hasn't been like a baseline. And this is one reason why like a good routine will kind of cement you in the day. It will kind of give you a foundation so that you feel some stability and you feel this like, okay, I know what's going on. Now, the opposite of a routine, which could be your routine, is just grabbing your phone. And this is one that can fucking derail the day. Like seriously. Again, you're in this state where you don't fully understand. Your mind is not, maybe you have an idea, but your emotional mind might not know yet what's going on, what kind of day this is going to be. And then you throw the phone at it. Whatever comes up on there is now your day. Like that's the first impression you get of today. And you have no control over what you're seeing on your phone because the majority of us are scrolling feeds that we have no control over. Or you're getting texts that are from other people. You don't have control over what you see. You can't be like, oh, only show me the positive texts. No, you're seeing everything. You might see, oh, I have to do this thing today. Fuck, I don't want to do that. And now that's all I'm thinking about. You might see a negative text. Oh, this person's mad at me. Oh, fuck, okay, now I got to think about that today. All these things are amplified because of the fact that there's nothing else to base what our day is. So that's another deeper issue, is it is subtly influencing us when we are at our most impressionable. We have the least amount of, hey, here's what's going on, and we are opening ourselves up to anything and everything that the world can throw at us. And it's usually not good stuff. So that's a way to just throw off your entire day, throw you into a kind of pessimistic, negative view of your life and of just your existence. And it also is taking away agency. And a big part of this Willpower podcast is not about, okay, I want to be able to wake up at 6 a.m. The idea is I want to be able to be the agent of my life. I want to be the one who decides what happens in my life. And willpower is just building the ability to do that. It's building the ability to make the execution, to make the decisions that you want to be making and not constantly just falling back on the easy thing or the thing, not even the easy thing, but the thing that's just been what's happened. That's suboptimal. Going to the phone right away in the morning is a quick way to fall into not choosing what your reality is and not being the agent. All right. So this is a tiny change. Putting your phone outside the bedroom doesn't like solve all of this, right? We still have to deal with the phone. It's not like, oh, you can still just go out and look at it in the morning. That's still an option. You can still use it all day long. That's still an option. The thing here is that we're taking the smallest step that has the biggest impact. If you are using your phone at night and in the morning, this is going to be a huge change to how you interface with it. And it's going to be a huge step in the right direction. So I would like to continue to work and chisel away at this phone problem. But as a start for meeting everyone where we're at is just get it out of the bedroom. Just plug it in outside the bedroom at night, have like a designated charging spot. We'll put it there. Also, I wanted to shout out Cal Newport. I learned this idea of charging it somewhere from one of his podcasts. It has been a game changer for me. Cal Newport is the man. Check out, he's got awesome books and he's got a great podcast, Deep Questions. So check that out. All right. So again, this habit is not solving the phone problem, but this habit is taking a serious chunk out of it and doing so in a way that is very simple. It's very easy and it's very actionable. It's not like you have to check your screen time every day. It's not like you have to somehow measure how much less distracted you are. You just have to leave it outside the room at night. It's a clear yes or no Boolean type of answer. So now let's talk about my experience. I have certainly been addicted to my phone. I mean, of course, it's like the most addictive thing and they're getting better and better. For me, it definitely started at a younger age. I probably was 11 or 12 when I got my first like device. It was an iPod Touch, which was basically like an iPhone without a phone attached to it. So there's no messages or phone, but everything else, apps, internet, everything. And so I had access to everything I wanted. That was when I first saw pornography. That also kind of destroyed my brain in a different way that we won't talk about too much today. But I definitely just got addicted to the iPod. And then I later got like a iPad and then later an iPhone. It became a regular thing. It became a constant thing. And being young, I didn't have awareness. Like being a 13-year-old, you don't have awareness of exactly how your actions are impacting your state. I just would know that I would spend like a full day, like a weekend day, the entirety of it on a device, just bouncing between Netflix, game, Instagram, YouTube, and spend literally an entire day doing that and feeling this kind of like dullness and this kind of like drudgery, and then just getting like a little spark when I would change to a new thing, find a cool YouTube video, and then that would entertain me for a bit, and then I would go back into this drudgery. And I think there was probably like a low-level depression that, again, I didn't know how to explain or talk about, but I feel like that was there in relation because of this. So that's where it started. I began to dial it back in college, or at least become more aware of it as a problem. Up to that point, I still only saw it as like, okay, if I'm doing this, then I'm wasting, like I'm not doing this. And that was my only connection between like phones being bad, was just, oh, they just are something else I'm doing. I wasn't making the connection to these other deeper elements that I've been talking about, these more sinister, like hard-hitting, dangerous pieces. And so in college, I started learning about this idea of like a dopamine detox. I think that's when it got big. This is like 2021. And so there was like a brief period where I got obsessed with my screen time and just like fucking minimizing it. And so for like a week, maybe longer, it wasn't crazy long, but for a week I was like obsessed, and I had like 9-minute screen time on a daily basis. I just would not touch my phone. And so that was like the first time where I was like, okay, this seems to be something that I would like to reduce. Like this doesn't seem to be helping me. It's probably good if I do less of it. Now, more recently, I would say more aware of it. I am nowhere near perfect. There are times where I get pulled off. I've been posting on Instagram more recently. Luckily, I have an excellent editor who is able to take the load of posting and handling that piece of it for me. But I still get caught up in looking at, oh, how did the video perform? How did this do? So when I have Instagram on my phone, which I try not to have it for more than a day, I'll have it for a day just to review, here's how things are going, and then I'll try and get rid of it. But even in that day, I'll find myself going back to it, checking it more and more. Email. I'll even check email compulsively. I'll look at my phone to see if I got new texts. It's just like a repeated thing. And I've also noticed with the morning thing, more and more, when I check my phone in the morning, if there is something bad or something just like, not even bad, but just slightly negative, that's like, oh, here's something I have to deal with today. Here's someone I have to get back to today. That can just throw off my entire morning. It's crazy what that can do. Because you imagine yourself in the morning, if you are happy and excited, that will just cascade throughout the day because your actions are going to be fed off of that and feed back into it. Versus if you're like, oh, dude, I feel this is not a good day. I'm not excited about anything today. There is so much more likelihood that your actions are going to follow suit and be very in line with this kind of depressive drudgery and feed back into it. And it's not impossible, first of all. It's possible to dig yourself out of that hole. It's not easy. And it's not that likely either. So that's kind of how I've noticed it in my own life. Like I said, it's a lot darker than I think it seems to most people, and it's not taken super seriously. So if that's the only thing you take from this, the phones are not, like, doom scrolling is not benign. It's not like, oh, I'm just wasting time. No, it's doing a lot more. It's taking away your agency. It's taking away your ability to make decisions for yourself. And it's not even like, oh, they're trying to get you sedated and unable to do. It's not even like that. It's literally just, oh, that's how the brain functions. If you constantly feed it entertainment and reward, it's going to stop making decisions for itself and being able to do hard stuff or things that seem hard that are actually way more fulfilling. All right. So the bigger lesson, let's tie this back into the show. There are 2 levels to this that I came up with. So the simple one is make the bad habit harder, right? So assuming that we don't want to be on our phones, let's try and make some space between us and the phone, right? Because I'm guessing, I don't know. I would like to just get rid of it. I haven't gotten the nerve to do it yet. A very decisive action to get rid of the phone. And I would like to. But assuming we all agree phones are not the best for us, just making it harder to do that bad habit is probably a good thing. That's a good way to build better habits, is to just put space between you and the bad habit. And this is a super easy one, because if you have your phone in your bedroom, you are basically saying, hey, I want it to be as easy as possible for myself to scroll at night and to open my phone immediately in the morning. That is what you are saying with your action. Putting it outside the room does the opposite. Makes there be space between you and the phone, makes it harder. That's kind of the point, again, of this podcast, is how can we easily make things easier? How can we easily increase our willpower? And this is one. If you would like to take your phone out of the picture, or use your phone less, it's going to require willpower. And the easiest willpower you could exert on this is just environmental control. Just move it outside, put it farther away from you. Now, there's a deeper level to this that ties into this show, which goes beyond just, oh, how hard is it to use my phone? It's actually the fact that the phone itself makes life harder. The more that you use your phone, the harder it is to do the other things that you want to do in life. If you want to have willpower, to have agency over your life and make it as easy as possible, well, let's start here. If you want to fucking have to use all the grit and discipline in the world every time you need to do anything hard, use your phone. Get addicted to it. It's going to be really hard. Now, the reverse. If you want to make things easier for yourself, if you want to be able to do the hard things without them seeming that hard, get the phone away. Push it away. Push it as far away as you possibly can. The phone is going to make the other things in your life seem much harder. And a life with a phone doesn't seem to be any better than a life without a phone. And so that tells me we should probably be pushing away the phone as much as possible. I understand if you're not going to throw your phone away. That, again, understandable, but push it away as much as you can. It's going to make everything else easier. So the challenge for this week, I've already laid out. It's going to be putting your phone outside your bedroom at night, and ideally at all times. Ideally, your phone just does not enter your bedroom. Now, this could be tricky if you have roommates, you like to be in your room more, then it's a little harder, because you might be very ingrained in the pattern of having your phone in your bedroom, and that's where you hang out and do stuff. It's just on your phone. So I'm going to make this easier. No phone in the room at night. So pick a time. At that time, your phone does not enter your bedroom under any circumstance. If you need to use your phone, or you feel a compulsive need to use your phone, I don't give a shit. Go use it outside. Do not use it in the bedroom. And don't tell yourself that you're not going to use it either. It's okay to use it. For now, we're not even worried about that. Use your phone if you want. Just do it outside the bedroom. And ideally, pick a place in your house or in your apartment or whatever where you're going to use it. Don't let it enter the bedroom after your allotted time. So, as we do every week, if you are in, tell me now, I will do this. Say this with me. Today, I will do this. I will leave my phone outside my bedroom after pick your time. Yeah, again, I want you to say it. I want you to say, I will do this out loud. If you are somewhere in public, whisper it, or just fucking say it anyways, because no one gives a shit. No one knows. You have earbuds in, they'll think you're on your phone. Or they'll think you're talking to someone. I will do this. I will do this. Let's go. Let's do it. Now, a reminder for these habits, we do them 5 out of 7 days at least. That's success for us. We're not aiming for perfection. We're aiming for reps. So the best we can do is just as many times as you can do this, do it. And if you can do it 5 times this week, awesome. You're successful. The goal is always just to continue doing reps and get it to a place where it's habitual. And then at a certain point, 7 out of 7 days is just going to feel normal. You're not going to want your phone in your bedroom. So we are finally getting a real stat going here. This new series is not very long in the making. It's only been 3 episodes. So I'm going to read off what we got for this month. No phone in the bedroom. That's the one we're starting today. That's the one you're committing to right now. 10 minutes of sunlight in the first hour of waking. No eating 3 hours before bed. So a reminder, for each of these habits, success means 5 successful completions for the week. So every week, at least 5 days, I'm getting 10 minutes of sunlight in the first hour. At least 5 days, I'm not eating 3 hours before bed. At least 5 days, I am not bringing my phone in the bedroom after a certain time. That's what success looks like. If you are brand new to the podcast, start with the no phone in the bedroom. Slowly stack on the habits. Don't do them all in one day. So pick pick, no phone in the bedroom is the start, and then you can slowly add on the rest of the stack. For next week, we're going to look at a change that takes less than 10 seconds to make and can quietly improve hundreds of decisions afterward. Again, it's going to make things so much easier. Thank you for listening. If you need help tracking, try out the Grooves app. I built it with a friend and we're very proud of it. We also have a school community for making big changes in your life. So hop on board there. It's free for now. We are going to charge in the future for new users. If you get in, you will never have to pay. So get on board there. And that's what we got for today. So thank you for listening and goodbye, everybody.